When it comes to your health as a man, there's one thing you absolutely cannot afford to ignore: your hygiene. And I'm not just talking about brushing your teeth or taking a quick shower before heading out. I'm talking about personal hygiene in the most specific and often overlooked area: your penis. The truth is, so many men either underestimate the importance of proper genital care or assume what they've always done is enough. But let me be honest with you. When you don't take care of this part of your body, you're opening yourself up to a whole range of avoidable issues, from mild irritation to serious infections. It starts with the basics. You need to wash your penis daily. Not every other day, not when you remember, daily. This is especially important if you're uncircumcised. Why? Because the area under the foreskin can trap sweat, dead skin cells, and natural oils. If you don't clean it properly, it can lead to a buildup of a substance called smegma. This isn't just a matter of unpleasant smell. Smegma creates the perfect environment for bacterial growth. Over time, that can result in inflammation, infection, and in some cases, painful conditions like balanitis. The process doesn't have to be complicated, but it does need to be intentional. Use warm water and a mild, unscented soap. Harsh soaps or scented body washes can irritate the sensitive skin down there, throwing off your natural pH balance and causing dryness or rashes. Gently pull back the foreskin, if you have one, and make sure to clean the area thoroughly. Then rinse everything well and pat it dry. Don't scrub aggressively and don't leave moisture sitting around. Bacteria love warmth and moisture, and that's a recipe for disaster. Some men think they can get away with just letting water run over the area in the shower. But think about this. Would you sort of brush your teeth and expect them to stay clean and healthy? Of course not. The same logic applies here. A few extra seconds of care each day can make a huge difference, not just in your physical health, but in how you feel about yourself as a man. Cleanliness isn't just about staying disease-free. It's about confidence, self-respect, and being in tune with your body. And let's not forget about odor. Men often feel embarrassed talking about it, but the reality is, if you don't wash properly, you will smell. And that can affect intimacy, relationships, and even your self-esteem. Being clean shows that you care about yourself and about your partner. If you're someone who exercises regularly, sweats a lot, or wears tight clothing, you need to be extra mindful. Trapped sweat, especially in synthetic underwear or during long hours of work or gym routines, increases the risk of fungal infections and irritation. Choose breathable fabrics like cotton, change your underwear daily, and make sure you're not letting dampness linger after a workout or a shower. Now, let me be very clear here. This isn't about being paranoid or overthinking every little detail. It's about making proper hygiene a non-negotiable part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or drinking water. Because the moment you start neglecting the basics, your body finds a way to remind you, and often that reminder comes in the form of discomfort, embarrassment, or even pain. The good news? This is one of the easiest aspects of your health to manage. It doesn't require expensive tools or complicated routines, just consistency, awareness, and a little respect for yourself. You're in full control here. And when you start taking this simple step seriously, it's not just your body that benefits. It's your mindset, your confidence, and the message you send to yourself every single day. If you truly want to take care of your manhood, start by keeping it clean. Let's talk about something most men don't do nearly enough. Pay attention to their own body. More specifically, taking time to check your penis and testicles regularly. This isn't about fear or paranoia, it's about awareness. The truth is, no one knows your body better than you, and that means no one is more qualified to notice when something doesn't feel quite right. But here's the problem. Most men never take a moment to actually look, feel, and examine their genital health unless there's already discomfort or something feels wrong. That's not prevention, that's reaction. Think about it like this. You service your car regularly, right? Even when it's running fine. You get the oil changed, the brakes checked, just to make sure nothing unexpected happens down the road. Why wouldn't you treat your body, especially something as vital as your reproductive and sexual health, with the same level of care? Doing a regular self-check is simple, takes less than a minute, and could be the difference between catching a problem early and facing something serious later. What are you actually looking for? Swelling, lumps, any unusual firmness in the testicles, sores, bumps, or changes in skin color or texture on the penis. It's not about obsessing, it's about being familiar. If you make this part of your monthly routine, you'll know what's normal for your body and be able to tell quickly when something's changed. Let's talk about testicular health first. Testicular cancer, while rare, is most common in younger men between the ages of 15 and 35. It's often painless, and the only sign is a small lump or a change in size or consistency in one of the testicles. The earlier it's found, the easier it is to treat, and you don't need a fancy tool or medical degree to detect it. Just your hands and the awareness to check. Best time to do it? Right after a warm shower, when the scrotal skin is relaxed and the testicles are easier to examine. Roll each one gently between your thumb and fingers, feeling for anything out of the ordinary. Now moving to the penis. Any sores, rashes, discharge, or unusual bumps should never be ignored. Sometimes these signs are the body's way of signaling a sexually transmitted infection or another underlying condition. Waiting it out doesn't make it go away, it just allows it to get worse. Catching something early can make treatment simpler and recovery faster. And beyond disease, even skin conditions like dermatitis or fungal infections can cause long-term irritation if neglected. There's also the emotional side of this. A lot of men carry silent shame when something feels off, and instead of facing it head on, they ignore it, hoping it disappears. But health doesn't work like that. Courage isn't pretending nothing is wrong. Courage is checking, acting, and taking ownership. This isn't about being paranoid or anxious, it's about being responsible. When you take 5 minutes a month to check in with yourself, what you're really doing is practicing self-respect. You're saying, I care enough about myself to make sure I'm okay. And that mindset spills into every part of your life, your relationships, your energy, your confidence. So many serious conditions in men go undetected simply because no one's looking. But you can change that. You don't have to wait for pain, blood, or fear to take action. Start with awareness, stay consistent, and don't let embarrassment stop you from doing what's right for your health. You can't protect what you don't pay attention to, so pay attention. If you're ready for change, start by being honest with yourself and checking in. Most men don't realize just how much their diet impacts their sexual health, their energy, and even their confidence. We often talk about food in terms of fitness or weight loss, but what you put on your plate shows up directly in how your body performs, especially when it comes to your penis. See, your sexual health isn't just about testosterone or drive, it's about circulation, hormones, nerve function, and overall vitality. And all of that is fueled or compromised by the food you eat every single day. Let's start with the basics: blood flow. Erections are all about healthy blood circulation. If your arteries are clogged, your heart is stressed, or your blood sugar levels are all over the place, that affects your ability to get and maintain an erection. And guess what causes those problems? Processed foods, excess sugar, fried snacks, and an overload of unhealthy fats. They don't just make you tired or bloated, they slowly chip away at your vitality as a man. On the other hand, foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and key vitamins support strong blood vessels and promote smooth circulation. It's no exaggeration to say that a healthy heart equals a healthy penis. Zinc is another game changer. It plays a critical role in testosterone production, sperm health, and overall sexual function. Without enough of it, your testosterone levels can drop, which may lead to low libido, fatigue, or even erectile issues. You'll find zinc in foods like pumpkin seeds, oysters, nuts, eggs, and legumes. Simple, whole foods that are easy to add into your daily routine. Vitamin D is another silent hero. A deficiency in it has been linked to low testosterone levels and sexual dysfunction. And let's be honest, many of us don't get enough sunlight or eat enough foods fortified with this essential nutrient. Something as simple as spending 10-15 minutes in the sun or incorporating salmon, mushrooms, or fortified dairy can help bring your levels up and support your hormonal health. And don't forget hydration. Water might seem like the most basic part of health, but when you're dehydrated, everything suffers. Your energy dips, your blood thickens, and your endurance, both physical and sexual, takes a hit. Aim to drink enough water throughout the day so your urine is light in color. That's a simple, real-time check on how hydrated you are. A hydrated body functions better, recovers faster, and feels more balanced. Let's also look at sugar, something many of us consume way too much of. High sugar intake not only increases your risk of diabetes and heart disease, but also affects your hormones and nerve health, and that can directly impact sexual performance. Chronic high blood sugar damages blood vessels and nerve endings, which are both vital for sensation and erection quality. When you start dialing down the sugar and switching to natural sources like fruits and complex carbs, your body responds. Your energy stabilizes, your mood improves, and so does your stamina. It's not about going on a crash diet or eliminating everything you love. It's about being mindful and intentional. Choose whole foods more often. Include leafy greens, berries, whole grains, nuts, seeds, lean proteins. These aren't just good for your muscles. They're essential for your sexual health, your reproductive system, and your confidence as a man. You want to feel powerful, grounded, and in control of your body? Then stop ignoring what fuels it. Your penis doesn't operate in isolation. It's connected to everything you eat, drink, and do. Start feeding it with real nutrition, and you'll feel the difference, not just in the bedroom, but in how you carry yourself every day. The quality of your performance begins with the quality of your plate. There's something we need to talk about that a lot of men avoid, not because it's complicated, but because it requires honesty. It's the habits we carry, often without thinking, that quietly sabotage our health, our confidence, and especially our sexual performance. The truth is, if you want to protect your penis and your overall vitality, there are some things you have to start saying no to. Not because someone else told you to, but because your future depends on it. Let's start with smoking. I get it. Some men think it's just a stress reliever, a habit they can manage, something they'll quit one day, but the reality is, smoking damages blood vessels. And when your blood vessels are damaged, they don't deliver blood efficiently anywhere. That includes the arteries that supply blood to your penis. Erection quality, gone. Stamina, gone. Over time, smoking causes chronic narrowing of those blood vessels, and once that damage sets in, it's not easy to reverse. If you're lighting up every day, you're trading long-term strength for short-term relief, and you need to ask yourself if that's really worth it. Then there's alcohol. A drink here and there, socially or with a meal, might not be a big deal, but when drinking becomes a regular way to escape, to numb, or to cope, it's not just your liver that suffers. Alcohol reduces testosterone levels, interferes with sleep, and disrupts your nervous system, all of which directly affect your sexual performance and desire. Over time, consistent alcohol use dulls your drive, weakens your erections, and can even lead to erectile dysfunction. It's a slow erosion of your masculinity, and many men don't realize it until the damage is already done. Another habit that's becoming more and more common, and just as harmful, is excessive porn consumption. What starts as curiosity or entertainment can slowly turn into dependency, and when that happens, your brain starts to rewire itself. Real intimacy feels less exciting. Real connection becomes harder to sustain. Your expectations get distorted, your dopamine system becomes numb, and suddenly, natural sexual experiences don't trigger the same response. That can lead to performance anxiety, erectile issues, and even a lack of motivation in other parts of your life. Porn might offer instant gratification, but the cost is long-term emotional, psychological, and physical disruption. And let's not ignore sleep. In the rush of daily life, men sacrifice sleep thinking it makes them more productive or tougher. But if you're not getting quality sleep, your body can't produce enough testosterone, your recovery slows down, and your mood becomes unstable. Lack of sleep reduces libido, energy, and focus. Your penis doesn't function independently. It relies on your hormones, your brain, your nervous system, and all of those depend on quality rest. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for a man who wants to show up with full energy and full capability. All of these habits, smoking, drinking, porn, poor sleep, they don't just chip away at your physical health, they chip away at your self-respect. They create a version of you that runs on low power, low confidence, and low drive. But here's the good news. Every one of these habits can be reversed. You're not stuck. You can choose discipline over distraction, strength over shortcuts, and purpose over momentary pleasure. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being aware. If you want to feel powerful, connected, and in control as a man, you have to guard your habits. Because every time you say no to what weakens you, you're saying yes to your strength, your future, and the man you're becoming. You don't need more time. You just need to stop wasting it on things that are quietly stealing your power.